boyfriend wants kids. I don't. Before anyone says you'll change your mind, no I fucking won't. As title says, my boyfriend wants kids. He wants to build a family. I see myself marrying him, but I would never be happy or have a stable life as a mom. He won't budge, and claims he will make me change my mind. I feel ill whenever he says stuff like that. I've had multiple serious talks with him about this topic. Would it be best to end it now? I feel like this will just drag on until it's too late to find someone who also won't want kids. I really can see us getting married, and of course marriage has been brought up a few times. Every other issue we've come across in our relationship, we handled with grace and understanding. Yeah, this is never going to work out between you two. If you have had multiple discussions and he still is pretending you will just up and change your mind one day, that's a red flag. Better end it sooner rather than later. This is probably the one topic you need to be on the same page about. I wouldn't be able to be with someone who didn't want children, so it really is important to have those conversations early. Don't drag this out further. Compromising for either of you would be heartbreaking. It's best to find someone with the same views on having children. This is a fundamental incompatibility problem with no possible compromise. If you're absolutely certain, yes, it's time to break up. End it before he accidentally impregnates you. Yes. I just ended things with my partner of 5 years for the exact same reason. It's really sad to end things for that when the overall relationship is great, so I feel your pain. Best of luck. If you are 100% sure that being a mom is off the table for you, then you should end it now before things go on too long. If you keep dating him and still won't change your mind, in a few years he'll start crying that you've wasted his time. It'll be better for both of you to find someone who wants the same things, instead of hoping that the other one will change. You know you're not going to change your mind. What makes you think you can change his? Not agreeing on wanting kids is a fundamental deal breaker, so you shouldn't see yourself marrying him. That would be an extraordinarily cruel thing to do to both of you. This relationship is already over. You just can't see it yet. Yes. End things now. No one should ever compromise on something as big as kids. No matter what the decision is, one of you will be resentful to the other one. Break up so that you both can find someone else who wants the same thing as you do. It's kind of obvious what you should do. You're not compatible even though you love him. It won't work. Best to leave now before you're in too deep. End it now. I made the mistake of marrying my wife and it was a constant point of contention that led to our divorce. This is a showstopper. Break up. You two are not compatible. If you know you won't change your mind and he knows that he won't change his mind, then why are you still in a relationship with him? Having a child changes everything. If you know in your heart that you never want children, then walk away. He may end up tricking, baby trapping you. It would not be fair to the child that they have a mom who doesn't really want them. Time to move on. Yes, it's better for you to break up. And let him be with the person who wants children. And you will be with someone who does not want children. It will be better for both of you. End it now before you resent each other. Either he will resent you for never giving him kids, or you will resent him for pestering you about it. Guys can baby trap, too. It's impossible to compromise on kids. You cannot have half a kid. Yes, break up and find a doctor who will sterilize you. The other subreddit has information on docs that will. You're not compatible. This is one of those topics where compromise doesn't work. No matter the outcome, one parent will inevitably end up resenting the other. I could never be with someone who doesn't want kids. End it. Would it be best to end it now? Yes. First, don't let him anywhere near your BC pills. Second, this isn't an impasse that couples can navigate easily, and seems to always mar even the best of relationships. It might be best to end it now before you each start resenting the other. You're not compatible. Kids are not something one can compromise on. One of you will end up resenting the other. You'll both be happier if it ends now, not 10 years later when you're fighting about the kids you have and didn't want but he accidentally got you pregnant and convinced you to keep. Next guy you date, make sure the kids talk happens early so you don't waste any more of your time. You need to end things unfortunately. He wants kids and you don't. It seems like both of you aren't willing to change your mind, which is totally fine. It doesn't matter if you want to marry him if neither of you are willing to compromise on what you want. But you need to find someone who wants the same thing as you, while he needs to find someone who wants the same as he does. This is a hard line. He'll resent you for not changing your mind. And you'll resent him for not falling in with your plans. You have different goals that you'll never meet. Sound like a recipe for divorce. You won't budge, he won't budge and says he will make you change your mind. Yeah, it's best to end this. You're all gonna clash on this topic endlessly and be annoyed in the end, so that's it. Yes, you should break up with him. You obviously identify that it shouldn't be something you have to compromise on, and the same goes for him, even if you can see yourself marrying him. You two have so different life goals. It's not like you can find a compromise on this, and even only one of you will lose. It won't be fair to any of you. Best thing is to end it now so you can find someone with the same goals. Won't work. You have different goals in a relationship, guaranteed one of you will resent the other. Break up. I didn't read the whole story, but you're at an impasse. You're not going to change your mind, and neither will he. You will be best to find a potential partner that has the same goals as yourself. Well, Terry's been many people get through years of marriage that have ended in divorce because one wanted kids and the other didn't. So save yourself time and do you. There's a huge world out there to explore, so try to live well and don't tie yourself to things like relationships or expectations of others. If you're sure you don't, and he's sure he does, why wouldn't you end it now? End it. This will always be a conflict in the relationship. Yes. It would be best to end it now. Being BF on the same page about kids is absolutely not negotiable. It's not something either of you will or should compromise on. End it now. End relationship. Move on. This is a deal breaker. Not a good fit. Those are huge life values you don't agree on and resentments will build. He's not being respectful or realistic to think he'll change your mind. I would move on. You have to end it. I have also never wanted kids and never changed my mind. I purposefully refused to date anyone who wanted kids to avoid this heartbreak. I'm so sorry. So break up. This isn't going to end well. Y'all are going to have to break up. I'm sorry, girl. Then don't. Simple. If he can't accept that, he needs to go. Also simple. Just break up. Find someone who wants the same things you do. In the meantime, be very careful about your birth control. No idea what your ages are, how long you've been together, what your birth control is, etc., but yes, I would be inclined to break up and get away for both your sakes. End it before an oops pregnancy happens. Yes, you should end it now. Please, protect your birth control. Yay, if you don't want it and he does. Just end it, you both will end up hating each other. Neither one of you are being fair to each other. It's best to move on. End it now. You're not compatible in one of the biggest ways, and if either of you budge then it can build resentment. This topic is never one that can be reconciled. This isn't a difference to work through. You have two different visions for the life you want. You can't build those lives together. It is best to end it. Found out a BF of 3 months was waiting for me to change my mind. Get out of there fast. He doesn't see you as a person.